Hello and welcome to another episode of the First Home Buyer Program podcast. My name's Marianne Elliott and I wanted to take you through your loan has been approved, what next? I had the absolute pleasure today of calling some first home buyers to let them know that their house and land application was formally approved. And with every phone call I make saying, congratulations, your loan is approved, the very next question for first home buyers in particular is, what happens next? And it's such a really good question because a lot of the time the lead up to your formal approval comes with so much anxiety and stress and excitement that when it actually comes to the point that you're formally approved, it can sometimes leave you thinking, what's going to happen next? What do I need to expect and prepare for? And what have I got to start getting ready? So my common reply to this question is the very first thing you need to do is open up your formal approval letter. In that formal approval letter, it is going to spell out what you're approved for, specifically how much, and that is super important because you want to make sure that you have enough cash to make the purchase happen. It's also going to tell you an indicative interest rate, which is a really good idea to check that out in case there's any surprises, particularly with the market we've had in the last 12 to 24 months. And it will also tell you usually what your indicative repayments are. So it's great to have a look at that and make sure that that's still achievable and not outside of your comfort levels. Now, the other thing that it will have in this letter is any outstanding conditions. So these might be settlement conditions or before you can start your build conditions. And it's a really good idea to have a look at what these conditions might be so that A, there's no surprises, and B, so that you can start to prepare and know what documents you might need to get when. So for example, I had a first home buyer not too long ago we were rushing to get to their finance approval date. And so the bank didn't cause any delays. They altered the approval so that she could have her loan approved for the amount she wanted, but it meant that she had to lower her credit card limit. So when we were looking at the formal approval letter, we were able to see that one of the conditions was that she lower the limit to a certain amount. And we were able to have that discussion before we went unconditional on the contract and it was potentially too late. Now, obviously, she was completely fine with lowering the credit card limit, but it's really important to have a look and make sure that if there are any of these conditions on your approval letter, that you're aware and you're happy with them. Once you've confirmed that you've read that approval letter and you're happy to proceed, the next step is to contact your solicitor. So your solicitor or conveyancer will need to know that you are happy to go unconditional on the loan, on the contract, and they will want to have a look at that loan, that letter of approval as well. So once you've done that, your solicitor will start preparing for settlement in the background and your lender will start preparing the loan documents. So as a mortgage broker, I am a little bit of a control freak and I like to do all of my loan docs with my clients. Now, the reason is when you're signing loan documents, there's usually a ton of other questions that you have. And I like to go through and make sure that all the questions are answered, but also to make sure that you understand what it is you're signing. So what I would normally do is when we have loan documents issued, I reach out to the client and say, hey, your loan documents are sitting in your inbox, book a time with me and we'll go through them together. Whether that's online or whether it's face-to-face, it doesn't really matter as long as we get to go through them together. When we have this appointment, we will check the loan amount, we will check the interest rate, we'll check all of the conditions as well, but it's really good to make sure that you understand what you're signing and have your questions answered as you go or as they occur. Once those loan documents are signed, they get sent back into the bank. So if it's paper signed, then we post them back to the bank. But if it's electronically, then when you hit that finish button, all of those electronic documents get sent back to the bank. So then in the background, the bank and the solicitors are starting to prepare for settlement on your behalf. And at this stage, there's not too much as a mortgage broker that I need to be wary of and be doing, except liaising with your solicitor to make sure that everything's tracking along nicely and to make sure you don't have any questions. So that's a really high level view of what happens once you get that "congratulations, you're approved" phone call. If you would like to have a chat about your home buying journey, myself and Tara at 360 Mortgage Solutions do offer fee-free appointments, and they can be online, or if you're local, they can be in the office. So getting an idea of what deposit you need, how far off you might be on your home buying journey is absolutely free, and you'll get a ton of information when you have an appointment with us here. So otherwise, that's it from me. Good luck on your home buying journey. And as always, I will pop the link to the First Home Buyer program below. So if you wanted to get started on how your home buying journey would look, narrowing down your budget, working out what specialists you need in your corner before you start your journey, make sure you check that out. Otherwise, guys, that's it from me. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next episode.